As promised, we are going to be learning about adding and subtracting polynomials today, and should be straightforward from what we've been doing today in class. So, to add or subtract polynomials, we need to combine like terms. Remember, we talked today about like terms, so let's talk about some of these. All right, I've got a p cubed here. I've got a p squared here, and I've got a p cubed here. Remember, the ones I can combine are here and here. This can't combine with those. These are different animals from this one. It's like adding apples and oranges. A p squared is not able to be combined with a p cubed. Now, it's different when I'm multiplying. This is adding. Adding or subtracting, I can only use like terms, which means they have the same base and the same exponent. Remember that my coefficient is what I'm going to be adding. My coefficient is this number in front of the variable. So I've got a 12p cubed and an 8p cubed that can be combined. So I've got 20p cubed, and then I've got 11p squared all by itself because I don't have anything I can combine with it. So now I've got an x squared term, I've got an x term, and then I've got two constants. Of those, the only thing that I can combine are the ones that are the same, which would be my two constants. So I still have my 5x squared, I still have my negative 3x, but I've got a negative 6 and a positive 8 that I'll combine for a positive 2. I've got t squared and t squared, s squared and s squared. So these two will combine, and these two will combine. A positive 1t squared and a negative 4t squared is going to give me negative 3t squared. I've got 2s squared and a minus s squared, so I've got just 1s squared. I bet you could do this one on your own. We've got an m squared n and an m squared n and an m squared n. They are all the same. These all can be combined. So now I just look for my coefficients. 10 plus 4 minus 8 is 6 m squared n. They were all the same, so I can combine them. Okay, so sometimes it's easier to look at polynomials when we're adding them vertically or horizontally. So I'm going to look at horizontally first, and then I'll go back and look at vertically. So this first problem, I'm going to add just horizontally. I've got my 4m squared, and I've got an m squared. So I've got like terms here, so I'm going to combine these for 5m squared. I've got no m's here, but I still have an m here, so I'm going to drag that negative m over here. And then I've got two constants that I can combine for a positive 11. But sometimes it's easier to look at them when they are written vertically, so that I'm going to line them up. Notice my xy terms line up because this is the same base. This x and this y actually don't line up because those are separate variables. Those are different variables. So I'm going to have 10 minus 3 or 7xy. I still have a plus x and a plus y. Okay. So go ahead and pause your video and try this one. I don't actually care if you want to put them horizontal or vertical, but I do want you to be able to come up with the answers to both of these. So pause your video and come up with your answers and check back. I am going to write this out vertically. Okay. All right, so subtracting polynomials. We're going to do the same process, except remember, subtracting is the same as adding, the opposite. If you write plus negative, try to remember to change it to just a minus sign in the end. So I've got x cubed minus 2x cubed. I want you to get in the habit of writing out everything in this parentheses that's being subtracted so that I know that I am distributing that negative sign. So I started with x cubed plus 4y, and then I'm going to subtract 2x cubed. And now this is just like adding. I've got an x cubed and a negative 2x cubed, so I've got negative x cubed plus 4y. And here's where it's really going to be important to write this out. So 7m to the fourth minus 2m squared. I remember I need to distribute that negative sign all the way across. So I've got minus 5m to the fourth. I'm going to have a negative and a negative, so plus 5m squared, and a negative and a positive, minus 8. And now you should be able to combine them. I've got m to the fourth, so I end up with 2m to the fourth. I've got a negative 2m squared and a positive 5m squared, so I've got a plus 3m squared minus 8. And finally, writing this out, negative 10x squared minus x squared, minus times a minus is plus 9. So combining like terms, I have negative 11x squared minus 3x plus 16. And finally, my last one, 9q squared minus 3q minus q squared and plus 5. So that's going to be 8q squared minus 3q plus 5. And there's my final answer. I'm going to have a quick real-world example here for you. A farmer needs to figure out how much land he has, so he's going to add 2 plots of land so he can determine how much seed he's going to need. Well, my area of my first plot is 3x squared plus 7x minus 5. The area of plot B, my second plot, is 5x squared minus 4x plus 11. I need to know the total of these, so I'm going to add them to figure out how much seed I need. So I'm going to add my coefficients. I've got a coefficient of 3 and 5. 8x squared plus 3x plus 6. If you have any questions about this video, please come see me in the morning. All right, so here are the questions that you're going to be bringing in with you to class. Go ahead and include these with your notes and show them to me in the morning. You will also be responsible for the 2 con assignments that I have texted out to you, or check my website. Thanks.